Hey, what's going on everybody? My name is Cruz and welcome back to another video. In this one, I'd like to introduce you to Lelah Custom Guitars. Let's get it! Now, I don't like how much time I often spend on social media just aimlessly scrolling through various videos. Every once in a while, I stumble upon a gem, and that was for this very company, Lelah Guitars, who I had never heard of. When I went onto their Instagram and saw their profile and saw the pictures of the guitars that they were building, I was immediately attracted. And that's where I met Brandon, who is building these sort of F-style vintage guitars that are really beautiful to the look. And I didn't know much else about it other than what they look like based on the photographs. Brandon and I got to talking and he agreed to send over one of his beautiful builds here. Obviously, YouTube would say that this is a promotional video or a sponsored video, but there is no payment. I'm not even going to receive the guitar at the end of this video, so all of my opinions are 100%, and so far, so good. Immediately you could see how boutique this thing actually is, even down to the case that it came in. Once I got it out of the case, I realized just the details that went into making this guitar as perfect as it is. It's an older body painted with ocean turquoise, a medium C-shaped neck with a rosewood fretboard. It's a 9.5 radius with vintage size stainless steel frets. The pickups are Lambertone triple shots and a crema on the humbucker. This also has the Obsidian custom Lambertone HSS Strat wiring. That means you can coil tap the humbucker, and it's set to a 75% on the loud side, which means that when it's split, it actually sounds fuller. It's a medium relic, which I think is more suitable for this instrument. In fact, I'll go on record as saying this. I have plenty of relic style guitars here in my collection, and this one is just as good, if not better, than any of the guitars that I've ever owned. It's a very, very tasteful and well thought out relic job. Now, when you pick up a relic guitar, it's a hit or miss. You could either feel like you've had this guitar for 50 years, or it just feels like a new guitar that's been beat up. This guitar feels 50 years old in all of the right ways. All right, now that we've gotten to know the details about the guitar, let's plug it in, hear what this thing sounds like, get some tones out of it, and then we'll come back and I'll give you some of my final thoughts. Anyone who has watched my channel before knows that I don't oftentimes review guitars themselves, at least not guitars that I don't personally own. And part of the reason for that is because with guitars, they oftentimes need to go back. And this is one of those times where I honestly wish that I could keep this guitar. I think that if I were ever to be in the position again where I would want to build another guitar for myself, it's going to be a Lelah Custom Guitar. This thing is just set up beautifully. I didn't have to touch it. In fact, it was perfectly tuned when it arrived all the way from California. I'm in the East Coast, by the way, so the temperature difference is major, and yet it still arrived perfectly out of the box. Now, this is his 37S model. He also has T models and JM style models. So as you can imagine, he knows that F style guitar thing very, very well and is doing it in a way that I think is not inexpensive, don't get me wrong, but a lot less expensive than if you were to go to maybe a custom shop of a big known brand. Yeah, you're going to spend a lot more money, but I believe you're going to get the same quality if you buy one of these guys. So if I were you, I would get on board with them now before maybe it's too late, if you know what I mean. I have a very strong feeling that as long as Brandon keeps up with this quality of build, he's going to be very, very busy and very, very successful very, very soon. So while you can, visit his website at lelahcustomguitars.com and get your hands on one of his instruments today. Don't just do that. Please do me a favor. Follow him on all social media platforms. You can follow him on Instagram at Lelah Custom Guitars. Brandon, if you're watching, I need one of your guitars for sure. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to support Brandon and Lelah Guitars. While you're supporting, feel free to support me. Show some love. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. Follow me on all social media platforms. Visit my website. I got presets for sale. I'm doing a lot of fun things. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more of my content, feel free to check out some of the videos that are popping up alongside of me. Thanks again for watching, and until next week.